Hey everybody, DeLongshot Signatures here. This is an in-person recap, my first one in a while, of the practice for the O'Reilly Auto Parts and NASCAR Cup Series Friday. And for it just being about little under 5 hours of being at the track and 2 autograph signings afterwards, I did pretty well, getting myself 47 autographs today. I went a couple years ago and had a pretty decent time. I ended up skipping last year. The experience there isn't as good, I would say, as like IndyCar or the U.S. Nationals for drag racing. But this year, I decided I'm going to give it another shot. I'm going to try to go all 3 days. And today was a great way to start this. So I'm going to start off with a multi-signed piece that I have. I decided to do all of this at the last minute, so I didn't print out my usual 4x6 custom photos, but I have an extra 8x10 of the pagoda. So this is signed by Cody Ware, Connor Zilich, Ryan Ellis, and Todd Gilliland. Absolutely no connection there other than NASCAR for those drivers. They were just ones who stopped to sign, and I had enough time but didn't have anything or have anything left for them. So that's cool. Zilich was the first one to sign it, and he did personalize. So I think that's something someone on his team has told him to do. And then we're just going to go in alphabetical order. First one we have here is a hero card of AJ Allmendinger. I got a couple of hero cards at the track, but those were at the signings. Really, the only way you can get them otherwise is to be able to go through their haulers for the cars, and you have to have a pass to get in that area. So a lot of these were ones I just got from old hero card requests where I would get an unsigned one or as part of a purchase of a larger lot of stuff. Then we got 2 trading cards from Alex Bowman, who will be retiring after next season. Then I went to the autograph signing after practice for Austin Cindric at Discount Tire. I was pulling in just as it started, and thankfully there was one parking spot left open at that store so that I could stop and get this autograph. And I had to stop at the house because I forgot I had a die cast to get signed by him, and I've had it for several years now. And so I finally have that done. The paint pen I had wasn't the greatest, but hey, it's signed now, so I'm pretty happy with that. Then we got 3 autographs for meeting him twice. Bubba Wallace. Also got this hero card that I've had for several years. We got 2 cards from Chase Briscoe. And then we got a total of 5 autographs. Met him once at the track and then once after practice at the nearby Kroger. Chris Busher. His signing was at 4 o'clock, and then the other signing for Cindric was at 4:45. So I figured, hey, if I get there to the Kroger one early, I can get my stuff signed, leave, and then get to the Discount Tire store, the next town over, pretty quickly. I'll have to take this back tomorrow, see if I can get Priest to sign it. And I got there about 15 minutes early, and there was a bit of a crowd ahead of me, but not too bad. Maybe about 25 people or so. So I was like, okay, this shouldn't be too bad. And then there was some guy with a shopping cart with like 5 or 6 quarter panels, 2 die casts, some photos, and everything. And it was like, this is going to be the reason I don't get there in time. Thankfully, I still got there in time for the Cindric signing, but it was just like, there's a time and a place for that, man. And I guess this is a signing, but like, he's going to be there for a whole hour. Don't be the first one there and hold everyone else up. Then we got a hero card from Daniel Suarez. He didn't stop as much as I usually have seen him do. I don't know if it's because he's with Spire. Spire's a weird team, in my opinion, with how they handle a lot of stuff. But he was good for one. Was really surprised to get this guy. I have never met him in person until this year, and we got 2 from future Hall of Famer Denny Hamlin. He went out a different way, and thankfully my buddy Tyler kind of knows Denny's habits, so I followed him and was able to get 2 of these set cards that I have had for a very long time signed. Then we got a hero card signed by Eric Jones. We got a total of 3 autographs from another future Hall of Famer, Joey Logano. Gates opened at 10, and he had a signing at 10:15 at his merchandise trailer, which I'll talk a little bit about that. That one was a first come, first served kind of deal, and it was supposed to be wristbands for the first 75 people. They instead just opted to count. Some guy stood there with a sheet and checked off a list of numbers all the way till 75, and then said, all right, we're done. But Joey was good for 2 cards then, and then ran into him out in the garages, and he signed another one, so those came out great. I don't mind them doing wristbands for the autograph signings. It makes sense. You want to try and limit, because if you just make a guy like Chase Elliott or Joey Logano or one of them openly available, like the line will stretch out forever. It'll, disrupt the flow of traffic in that area, and a bunch of people are going to end up really disappointed. So having the wristbands makes sense. The minimum purchase requirement for some of them is ridiculous. That's just my opinion. Everyone can have their own about it. If you have to make a purchase, I guess that's fine. I'll buy a keychain or a hat or something and be nice. But when you're telling fans that they have to spend $100 and then there's only 50 wristbands available, I mean that's a pretty good return on investment there for some squiggles on stuff. But it is what it is. I didn't do any of the ones where I had to pay money. This one turned out really nice. He had I guess like a gold Sharpie with him. John Hunter Nemechek. And then I almost forgot about this one because I didn't take it out, so I thought I only had 45 autographs. And then when I was going through my list before recording the video, I'm like, what happened to that one? Thankfully, I did not lose it. I just put it back in the folder I have. But I got 2 signed trading cards from Kyle Larson, one on his park side, and then one on this retro Don Russ. I really like that they did a throwback to the original designs that they did for Prism and Don Russ. Maybe another set, I don't know. But those turned out really cool. He initially denied us, and the guy, someone from his team was walking with him, was like, hey, he's busy, he's got places to be and everything. Well, apparently that place was the bathroom, and both of them were locked when Kyle tried to go, so he was just standing there for him, and he's like, well, I guess I'll sign. So a handful of us were able to get him before he had to leave. One of the other signings that I took part in at the track was Michael McDowell. No purchase required. These were some extra hero cards I got from Spire Motorsports. The reason I say they're kind of a weird team on how they handle stuff is on their website, I think it's still there, it says don't send personal items to be signed, just hero cards. But if you do a hero card request, you will not get a signed hero card of the driver that you request. They sent me several hero cards that were unsigned, so I was able to bring those for the track this year. But now I have like 4 copies of these, and I don't need all of those. But if you send trading cards, they will come back signed. So I don't know who's establishing the rules there and why no one is following them. It's very confusing for collectors, but at the end of the day, I got an autograph, so I can be quiet about it. And then got to meet this guy twice and got 4 autographs from Ryan Blaney. So I realized, I'm pretty sure, when he goes to sign the R in his name, he's trying to write the number 12. I think that's why it always looks really weird when he signs. But not the greatest signatures there. He's been, not putting as much effort into him as he has in years past, but it's still signed. Still got to meet him. Very nice guy. Another signing that I went to that I didn't think I'd have time for. Got 3 from Ryan Preece. Also got his hero card. Then this one did not turn out good. I'm pretty unhappy with how it looks, but at least it's not on a card that's for a set. Technically, I finally got to add SVG to the collection, but he seemed really reluctant to sign. He wouldn't take my pen, and then he took forever getting his own out, and then he just very quickly signed it and then walked away. Didn't seem like he stopped for anyone else, so I was like, okay, well, at least I got something, but you know, I'll count it, but hopefully I can get a better one Sunday. Then we got a hero card of Todd Gilliland. And then one of the signings that I went to, because I knew there would not be a big crowd there, and it was at the same time as the Priest one, so I was like, maybe I can stop by this one and then get to Priest on time. And I did. Got 4 autographs from Ty Dillon. His was supposed to start at 11:30, and he started like 10 minutes early. I was 4th in line. He signed the trading cards. This hero card that I brought, he handed me one of his. And then like right behind his trailer, where the merch trailer he was at, was the one for RFK. So was able to hop in Ryan Priest's line and get his autograph not too long after that. Then we got 1 autograph from Tyler Reddick. And last one, 2 from Zane Smith. So again, for a relatively short day, they got 1 practice session for about 50 minutes, and there was no autographs during those times. Did pretty well. Tomorrow is looking to be pretty busy. I think the track opens up at 11. And then there's a number of signings in the morning, and then there'll be qualifications, and then there's the brick walk, and then driver intros for the O'Reilly Auto Parts series. I'm going to try and give that another shot. The one time that I've done that, it didn't go super great. I maybe got like 2 or 3 autographs out of the whole thing. So we'll see how that goes. My buddy Tyler gave me an idea for a spot, so I'll have to see how that works for me. But I'm excited to do that. And then if that works, that should help me out for the NASCAR Cup Series grid walk, and we'll see how much more I'm able to add. But that is it for this one. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. It helps me out a lot. Best luck with your guys' collecting. Take care.